30 base.
I'm coming! I'm coming! I'm coming!
Shoot!
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Ready,
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Topper! Hit it!
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy's disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady.
56. Hey, man. Watch the boot, watch the boot.
Here's Miles Sanders, the rookie second rounder from Penn State. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Ready. Yellow lady.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm trying to collect. Shoot.
6-6, pull it high.
Bang, bang. He's crashing.
There goes.
Now Leonard Fournette. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
Watch twitch. Still kill. Check. 6. Easy, opposite. Sammy. Buzz. Easy. That's right.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 25 yards that time.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes his... Forward for about 6.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Jaguars' 49-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Easy, opposite. Jim. Let it catch.
Running right, here's Sanders. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And the Jags have 5 as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
Here's a guy coming off a strong rookie season, Gus Edwards. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down now. It's Sanders. 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Miles Sanders, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Let's go now.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Brings up second and 3 at the 30-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Fournette running right. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
On the double.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Any weapon. 10. Five.
This is Fournette. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 39-yard line.
50's the mark. 50's the mark.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Catch made. That's the rookie tight end, Josh Oliver. $23 yards, the final tally. And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet,
while making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the run, it's Fournette. Fournette, 1st down, still going. Touchdown, Jaguars! Leonard Fournette, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
2 kill. X3. 218. Chop.
He's got to double up. He's checking.
Now a give, right side. Sanders. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And an alley to run. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Saints' 30-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Get him! Check, blue draw, Corker. Check, hot. He's coming. We got double.
This one out quickly to Westbrook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette, and he'll take this into the end zone. A touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Man, let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Kill. Recon, 132 fighter.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 1st down, Breeze. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Rush in. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
A carry for the fullback. This is Mike Burton. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Ready. We're waiting. Mike 44. Hey.
Right back to Sanders on first down. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They come out here in the I. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try to run with Sanders. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Kill.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Miles Sanders as the first half is winding down. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Lutz good on the extra point. And it's now 17-14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. A little juke. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So that flag will cost them 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Check 26, check 26.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Out. Hey, watch it.
Now Fournette. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 36. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Line 54. And that QB's trash. Let's go.
Big edge.
And the ball. Five.
Again, it's Fournette. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Jaguars have retaken the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that will make this a 4-point game. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken near the 13. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Ready. Yellow lady.
Right there. 56.
Come on, D.
First carry for a Central Florida alum, Latavius Murray. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 43-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check.
Now they toss out wide to Sanders. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On 1st down, it's Sanders. They find some open field here. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
And the Saints, 1st down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They run with Edwards. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Check 15. Slay.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
Ready. 95-56.
They'll look to run with Edwards. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Gus Edwards, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive, and they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll run it again with Fournette. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10.
Check it backer, check it backer.
61, matchbox lights.
They'll run with Fournette. And an alley to run. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Greystone travel.
Alert 3.
Fournette. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And some room to run now. Touchdown, Jaguars! Leonard Fournette, 40 yards, as his guys have now moved out in front. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter play. Back now in Jacksonville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Switch. Undercut.
On 3rd down, Sanders. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
56.
Minshew, 1st and 10. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Now Minshew.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
They cannot hold us down. We're going to keep getting going.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's a give to Fournette. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one.
Recon, 152 fighter.
Another run here with Sanders. And an alley to run. run. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now a run with Edwards. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
17 yards. First down, New Orleans.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll go back to Edwards on first down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Ready? You ready? Here we go. Strong run. Strong run. You feel.
Running right, here's Sanders. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Edwards. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Gus Edwards, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Saints 31, Jaguars 27.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They keep it with Fournette on first down. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
15 line. 15 line.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. On third down, Fournette. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Saints, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville,
just wanna be her for your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird, man. Cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and a